Namaste. My name is Guru Prasad. I am with a small company called Ka-naada Phonetics, and we are on a quest to save Indic languages, and we have a new device to type in Indic languages the same way you think in your mother tongue. This is a unique keyboard with a layout that is meant for Brahmi Lipi based Indic languages. You can now think in your mother tongue and type in your mother tongue. This unique keyboard also can cater to any Brahmi Lipi based Indic language. So with your mother tongue, with the flick of a button, I can type any language just by listening. So what's the difference between QWERTY and this keyboard? So we have been with QWERTY all this time. So one of the main reasoning behind QWERTY keyboard was it was meant for typewriters. So this layout, QWERTY, as is properly known as a QWERTY keyboard, came together in almost 1800 by Remington typewriter layout. So Remington designed this, and if you look at the spelling typewriter, so it's primarily a spelling typewriter. Spelling typewriter is all in one line, TYPERWRITER. It was purely designed with a mechanical linkage point of view. When you type T, it came from the left, Y came from the right, P came from the left, E came from the right, so that they don't get linkages, don't get entangled. So we could type fast. And the remaining alphabet, second row, if you see, it's been shifted a little bit, primarily because of the arch of the typewriter. So when you hit a button, it should go exactly at the same spot to type that press or the alphabet. Same thing with the third row, it's been shifted. So this was very popular for typewriters. Most of us have gone to typing school for 2 years, trying to get the speed, not knowing what the market awaits, but we did train ourselves with the technology. Computers, all our von Neumann architectures, adopted the same user interface. So there was no distinct need to switch. Most of the new generation folks were not typists, but the thought process was the typists were going to be the de facto computer operators of the future. That's how the reasoning was in those days. So we retained this layout, and what we did for all Indic languages, we did keep all our alphabets under this. So our 52 alphabets, for instance, for Kannada are hidden under the 26 alphabets of English. So the Mahapranas got hidden under the Alpapranas. So going forward, if you see, even from 1900 onwards, any standards, whether it's Dvorak, Iski, all the standards, they were not able to bring our language out, because English is not such a phonetic language as any of the Indian languages. We cannot map very well every sounds that we do in Brahmi Lipi based languages. Indian languages are phonetic languages, okay? And English primarily is a spelling language. You can say tomato, tomato, so there's various alterations. Because in 1600, when they chose the scripts, or a little earlier, so there were two groups for English. One proposed 26 alphabets, the other group had 26 plus 12. But we did retain, the king at that time, for the simplicity, chose 26 alphabets. So here we are in the 20th century trying to see why Indic languages are on a decline. So going back to the future, so in 30 to 50 years, India is slated to lose 7 major scripts, including Kannada, including Devanagari, including Gujarati, Punjabi. All the scripts are going to be out of vogue, similar to Tulu, an ancient language that was used to translate or type Sanskrit literatures. Given this slight decline of our languages, we did see that the user interface was key. So one day when my son said in the US, "Dad, I don't have to learn the script for Kannada. I can speak and I can type with this keyboard." So are you. You are typing Kannada in English keyboard. That's when it struck to us, and a linguist by name Professor Shastri and I sat together, and we have been researching for the past decade as to why this interface is a little detrimental to save our languages at this stage, and what's needed to preserve and cherish the rich Indic languages or phonetic languages. So here comes Ka-naada or Ka-naada, named after the first scientist of India, Ka-naada Maharshi, the atomic scientist. So in English language, there's no na, you have to type Ka-naada. That's another thing we just wanted to bring out. And nada is a phonetic meaning for sounds. So this is a very phonetic layout based on Panini Kantashastra, Shiksha Shastra. We have come up with this unique layout that suits the needs of almost all Brahmi Lipi based languages. So you can now think in your mother tongue, type in your mother tongue. Not only your mother tongue, you can type any Indic language just by listening. You can also type English. For the ease, we have just given a very simple layout. So this is a keyboard that's been made in India and very simple to use, just 3 commands to combine consonants and vowels and adjudication of alphabets. So very simple, 1 button and you're done. So it looks a little strange compared to QWERTY, but this is about 30% faster than QWERTY keyboard if you train yourself. And we are not constrained with the layout of a typewriter or mechanical layout of a typewriter anymore. So this unique layout is here to bring and cherish our language market, which is going to be close to $1 trillion in 2030. And I hope this helps all the rural folks who can now go to the internet, type in their mother tongue, do the transaction in their mother tongue. I hope this helps all the students who are learning mother tongue, and they can now converse and do things on the internet right from the get-go. They don't have to wait till they learn K to type Ka. They don't have to wait till 7th standard. Any mother tongue medium school in any part of India can now access the internet and type. And from this year, we're going to have domain names in Kannada. Your school.shale.samsthe, everything typed in your mother tongue. So will the rest of the languages do get it. And there is a huge market for content. We have not explored that. And we want our folks be able to type about tourism, about Badami, about Hampi, about the hotel rooms available nearby, about the traffic congestions, about a lot of the technologies, about the weather, about aerospace. So a lot of things is possible with their mother tongue. And we need folks like you to empower our languages and explore the future $1 trillion market for our vernacular languages. Thank you. We will also tell you how to use this, how to connect this, whether you're going to connect to a phone, whether you're going to connect to a computer, whether you're going to connect to a laptop, or anything in the upcoming sessions. It's very simple. So this is going to be a future computer in rural villages. Whether you're going to use speech to text, whether you're going to do image to text, a lot of these people in rural centers can now do this using this simple device and this keyboard. So all this advanced technology, including speed typing, are being taught and being shown in future sessions. And please do contact us if you need more information. www.ka-naada.com. Ka-naada keyboards have been able to empower almost more than 10 languages, Brahmi-based, Lipi-based or script-based languages. For example, Gujarati, Sanskrit or Devanagari, or guess what language this is? Tulu, one of the most ancient languages, the first language used to translate from Sanskrit script to other languages. So even if you don't know Tulu, if you are able to speak, you can use this button and switch, and we have given it as a font in Malayalam for now. The Unicode efforts are still going on. And by the way, all these keyboards are Unicode based keyboards designed for the future. So in the same way, we got all these multiple languages, Indic languages, that can be typed with this keyboard, whether it's Telugu, it's Punjabi, or Oriya. All these languages can now be typed. And with this one language, you can type any Indic language with the press of that button, as well as type in English or learn English. So this is going to help in capture the digitization markets and also address a lot of these advanced technologies, like I said before, from voice to text, image to text. So we've got editors where we can train you how to use all this, correct those errors, And it helps you reach these new markets where a doctor can just send his voice notes to a patient of his patients for transliteration, and someone sitting in a small village can connect to this phone, connect the keyboard to this phone and type and use knowledge to correct those errors and update it in the right health records. Or somebody in a government office, panchayat, village panchayat, can use these keyboards to update the land records in their mother tongue, whether it's Tulu or whether it's Kannada or your Telugu. So all those land records are in their native state languages. Or it can be used for converting a lot of records which are in files right now, or for a lot of scriptures or writings that is in the form of palm scripts. Tulu is one example. All these palm scripts are kind of in a stage of decimation, so they're taking a lot of efforts to preserve what is available. But all this can now be translated or transcribed into a font that is editable, and the missing words, missing lines can be recreated and stored in a manner that the future generation can use. So there is life for our scripts. There's a huge market, and we need you to help in the content development, content generation, because that's a $1 trillion market. So these keyboards are instrumental for you to think naturally in your mother tongue and type naturally in your mother tongue. So there's a huge vacuum in content in Indic languages. We're relying heavily on English content, which has already lost its originality due to translations, to translate back to our languages. So there's a huge market to create content, huge market for digitization for Indic languages. So we want you to be part of the team to empower the next $1 trillion market using our languages, using Ka-naada. We will help you get there. Thank you.